Hey guys, it's Dr. Barry, and one of the questions I get in the office all the time is, should I be taking vitamins? And if so, which ones, how many, how often? And it really just depends on what your current diet is. The person who is eating a diet rich in organic fruits and vegetables and grass-fed beef and pasture-raised eggs and just good healthy foods is going to need different requirements than the person who is eating processed foods and fast foods a lot, junk foods, snack foods, all those things. So it really just depends on what your current diet is. Even if you have a really good diet, today's food just isn't as nutritious as it used to be. And that has a lot to do with the farming techniques, the way we've treated the soil, the chemicals we use. It's just not as nutritious as it used to be. It also depletes the soil of probiotics, so the healthy bacteria for your gut. So even if you eat a lot of good foods, you're definitely going to have some level of deficiency in terms of optimum nutrition. We eat enough to survive, we get enough nutrition to live, but not enough to thrive. So that's the big difference. And this opens the door up to chronic diseases, diseases related to dietary deficiencies. 7 out of the top 10 killers in the United States are related to diet. So it's a big problem. It has been for a long time. It goes back to the fact that if the nutrients are not in the soil, they're not going to get in the foods. If they're not in the foods, they're not going to get in the body. So fortunately, there are now very simple tests you can do. Some of these are just home-based tests. Simple finger prick, for example, or a urinalysis, or there's other things that can be done to actually assess nutritional status. So we've started doing those in our office, and I want to show you an example now on the screen of one that we run here in the office. And this just kind of goes through, it shows different levels of nutrients. It kind of ranks them in different color coding, but suggested recommendations here shows what you should be taking, how many, and those types of details. It'll talk about the digestive support or microbiome, so the need for probiotics, omega-3s, and then amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. And as we go through the report, it actually shows you some explanation of the nutrients, where it comes from, what it is, deficiencies that come from that, where you can get it into food. And an important note there is food sources are mainly going to be supportive once you get out of deficiency. So supplementation is pretty critical to get out of deficiency. But once you do, then eating a good diet, maybe with a few different supplements on a regular basis, is going to keep you at optimum levels. Okay, so it goes through those minerals here. And then microbiome, need for probiotics, enzymes, and those types of things. So it's very thorough. It goes through a lot of different things. Toxic exposure, which is more detailed down below. Organic acids. These are many different aspects of your health just as a holistic approach. Toxins, talks about energy metabolism. If you're low in energy, it kind of gives you a clue as to what that might be coming from. And as we go down through, there are the amino acids, showing which ones you're deficient in. Again, it has to do with protein intake mainly. And then one of the optional add-ons we have is the blood spot test. Now this will look for the omega-3 fatty acid profile, which has a lot to do with your cardiovascular risk, but also just inflammation in general. We know a lot of the chronic diseases now are based on inflammation. So this can give you a clue as to what your levels are and then what you can do to reduce those levels of inflammation and also reduce your incidence of chronic disease. Another add-on we have is the toxic elements. So in our environment, there are a lot of different things that we can be exposed to, whether it's things we eat, drink, or breathe, that can put toxic elements into our body, which interfere with proper physiology and then express as certain diseases and nutrient deficiencies. Again, nutrient elements over here as well with that, and that's a urinalysis add-on there. So again, just one of the examples of a report that we run in our office. There's different levels of evaluation that you can do. From here, if that's something that you think you might be interested in, the next step would be to book a discovery call with me, which is a 15-minute call, and it's an opportunity for you to ask questions, for me to ask questions, and really find out if this is something that can be beneficial for you. So the cost of the call is $47. However, if you decide to move forward with testing, we do credit that to your account. So essentially that call would be free. Okay, so if that's something that didn't interest you, give the office a call. I would look forward to sitting with you, talking with you, and just seeing if there's something we can do to help you to feel better and be healthier.